Hi guys, me again, Adam, alcoholic weed addict, checking in with your daily update on my sobriety journey from all mind-altering substances. So last night was absolutely insane. There's no other way to say it. What a crazy night. I was staying with an absolute nutcase for the evening, and we'll get to that in a moment. But after last night, I prayed for that person and I prayed that the council were going to put me somewhere else for the next night. And damn, that prayer got answered pretty quick. So tonight has been the polar opposite. I'm living in quite a luxurious hotel tonight, as you can maybe see from the background. I've got my own spacious room, my own ensuite bathroom. There's a 24-hour gym, big widescreen TV, just night and day. So I count myself extremely fortunate to have landed here. And I don't have to shoot this video from a little cramped bathroom that we shared while another guy was taking a shower. So I do apologise about that last night. I think last night I spoke twice as fast just to get it over and done with as quick as possible because I felt extremely uncomfortable as somebody was showering right next to me. And I think it's quite funny looking back now, but it certainly wasn't funny at the time. I am writing the script early and I'm going to hit the gym because there's a 24-hour gym here. I'd be stupid not to take advantage because who knows where I'll be tomorrow. I am suffering from a bit of lower back pain, so I'm trying to strengthen my lower back muscles to see if that helps any, along with some ibuprofen gel, which is helping a little bit just now. So I'm now working on step 4, which does require a lot of work, a lot of racking your brains and pages of writing. It's extremely important though to get through these steps as quickly as possible so that I'm less likely to relapse. And the faster I get through them, the faster I get recovered, and the faster I'm able to sponsor others. Once you're recovered, your life needs to be filled with work and helping others through self-sacrifice and sponsorship. And it's only that way will I remain sober after recovering. Without sponsorship and helping others, one day all these negative thoughts, boredom, complacency are just going to come creeping in, and it'll only be a matter of time before I relapse. And if I relapse, it will ultimately kill me, period. There's no doubt about it. I only need to look at the lengthy list of people, loved ones, people I grew up with that will confirm this for me. So I need to remember that at all times. When other measures fail, working with another alcoholic will save the day, and I will help save their life as well. So let's get back to last night and that crazy time. Before I sign off and get myself down to the gym. So I was sleeping in a really deep sleep in a 6-bedroom mixed dormitory in a hostel with 3 or 4 others. I'm not quite sure because they've got a curtain on the bed, and I never actually met anybody or seen them until we were sleeping. I went to sleep around midnight, which is quite normal for me, and somewhere just out of nowhere at 4:30 in the morning, I shot up in bed at the sound of a maniac screaming and shouting at the top of his lungs. I immediately remembered where I was, even though I was in the dark, and I wondered what on earth was going on and who on earth's actually in this dormitory with me, you know. It was nuts what he was saying. So the guy started shouting, "Jason, you're fucking getting it." And at first I thought, oh goodness, here we go. It's going to be 2 guys rolling about in the ground fighting in the dark and none of us can really see what's going on. So waited a few minutes and there was no response to this, and it was a bit weird. So I listened some more, being a little bit alarmed by what I first heard, and the voice continued to shout, and what he was saying became increasingly worrying. And I was getting a bit annoyed after a while at this shouting. It had been going on for about half an hour now, and I was just getting a little bit frustrated. So I decided to go out for a cigarette and calm down. Also, while looking for a staff member, maybe I was going to mention this to them just in case they move him, or see what they knew what to do. Their idea might have been better than mine. And I had my cigarette and I calmed down, but before I'd gone out, I had noticed an elderly gentleman had left the room and he'd been gone like 20 minutes. So on my way out, I checked in the bathroom and the poor old man had been hiding in there for the last 20 minutes and I felt really sorry for him. It was a shame. He was at least 60 years old. So I went out for my cigarette, I looked around for staff, there was no staff around. So I returned to the room and the elderly gentleman had just returned as well. And immediately the screaming and shouting continued. So I was now convinced that this person was maybe having a pretty mental dream. But he was scaring others because we know the gentleman was hiding in the bathroom and he was keeping us all awake. Everybody must have heard this. He was so loud, there is no doubt that every person in this room was wakened. Surprised he didn't wake himself, to be honest. So when it started all over again, I just kind of lost it a little bit and I thumped on his bed and just shouted, "Shut the fuck up! You're keeping us all awake!" And then I crawled into my bed, muttering under my breath, "Bloody Looney Tune." And we sat there for a while and it was all nice and peaceful and quiet. All of a sudden it had worked. Maybe about 20 minutes into the peace and quiet, I could hear the elderly gentleman really quietly sniggering and laughing to himself. So I think he was quite pleased that what I'd done had actually worked. Yeah, I did mention that there was no staff around, so I felt like there was no option. I was certainly not going to sit there until 10 o'clock the next day to check out like that. And probably did the guy a favour if he was having a bad dream. If he wasn't, he definitely had some mental health issues. And even if he was dreaming, by what he was saying, he definitely had some mental health issues because he had been screaming, "Do you want me to fucking stab you? Do you want me to fucking stab you? The staff and the bloody police are not going to help you." And this had gone on over and over again, and I really started to wonder if what this guy is saying in his sleep, what does he think when he's not sleeping, you know? It was really alarming. So I do feel like there was no option in the matter and it terrified this poor old man. And I, to be honest, was getting quite scared myself because I didn't know if the guy was dreaming or if he was just an absolute fruitcake, you know? Could have even had a knife with him for all I know. So maybe punching his bed and telling him to shut the fuck up probably wasn't the smartest, but it worked and we got through the night. So it is what it is. And today was a new day. I was much happier, as you can see from my face. So the journey, it does get a little bit ropey at times. And this is just life on life terms. You know, these things happen. You've just got to roll with it and just keep taking steps forward, even in the dark. The lights will eventually come back on. We don't stop driving just because it gets dark. Catch me tomorrow for your daily update on my sobriety journey from all mind altering substances, one day at a time.